Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. Good morning. It's another sick day in this house. Yep. Indy kind of overdid it yesterday. He was feeling better and he's back down again for the count. Even Bailey was sick this morning. I mean, come on. What's going on here? Oh, and can I tell you about my yesterday? That's why I chose this mug today, because today I need to be unstoppable. Yesterday, I went for x-rays for my leg and hip. Spoke to my orthopedist, and he says it's sciatica. And hopefully today I will go pick up my Medrol steroid pack, whatever you call it, where you take steroids for a week and then you're a superwoman. Oh, darling Indy, you're still here, even though you feel icky. And don't worry, I'll feed the dogs as soon as I'm through with this. Anyway, yesterday I went and did that. But when I was leaving the house, on my way there, I got a call from my doctor's office from the nurse saying the doctor's not in today, but she asked me to call you and tell you that, yes, you have stage 3 kidney disease. What? I didn't know I ever had stage 1 or stage 2. I said, you must have the wrong person. She said, no, I'm reading it off your chart. And I said, no, that can't be, because we've never even talked about this. How could I have stage 3 anything? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? And she said to me very matter-of-factly, well, it means your kidney's failing. I was like, what? It is so amazing to me how when you hear something that was totally unexpected and like literally out of left field, it completely like blocks your brain from thinking about anything else in the whole wide world. All I could think of was, what does that mean? How could that be? How long, what, am I going to die? What's your mortality comes into play? It's like, whoa, it was like shock Thursday. No kidding. I was sure it was a mistake, by the way. So I said, have the doctor call me. This cannot be right, because we've never even talked about my kidneys. I mean, I don't even like kidney beans particularly, so it's like, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be true. Anyway, turns out it is true. Something on my lab tests from a month and a half ago just finally got read, and it was very low and blah, blah, blah. And I looked everything up and it said I had 11 years to live. And it was like, wait a minute. I have so much stuff to do. I can't possibly get it done in 11 years. This is going to it's like, I promise, if you give me 30 more years, I am not going to get any work done on my face so that I don't get recognized. And if you don't get that joke, you weren't listening to Morning Coffee a couple of days ago when it was National Joke Day. Anyway, I finally got a hold of a friend of mine who is a nephrologist in LA. Nephrologist, that's a big word for kidney doctor. And he looked at my stuff and looked up my chart from years ago, and he said, no, you're okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll just watch it. He thinks that maybe because I've been taking so much ibuprofen for the pain in my leg, that like set the numbers off. So after I finish the steroid pack, he wants me to go back and have another test because he thinks I'm fine. So I'm not going to worry about it. That's all. I'm just not. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Can you hear what's going on outside? There's like this bird convention at the at the bird seed feeder. Oh, I wish I could share it with you, but we'll have to go outside if you want to see that, because I tried to show it to you through my window and it didn't work. But at any given time, there are at least 5 or 6 birds there. But today, they're like doves all over the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 doves on the ground, 1 dove on the feeder. And then there are like probably 6 or 7 little birds on the feeder. And then for all of the seeds that they knock out onto the ground, there's birds all over the ground eating. Speaking of birds, oh my goodness. Indy took pictures yesterday because when he looked outside at the tree in the backyard, right next to Casita Sandita, he saw this thing that looked like a giant cat or something up in the tree. It was a big, huge hawk. That was yesterday. I told him, oh, probably 6 months ago, that I heard the chickens squawking. And when I went outside, there was a big hawk trying to get into the chicken coop. I don't know if it's the same guy. Yeah. You filled your feeder too? Oh, that's Indy. He filled it yesterday. That's why. Feed them and they will come. That's true for relatives, friends, and birds. Mm. And rodents too. Don't feed the rodents. What can I say? All right. So I sent my orthopedic doctor friend, my Stewie. I sent him a message and I said, okay, thank you for the steroid pack. I'll take it. But can I play tennis while I'm taking the steroids? And he wrote back and he said, please don't do that. Please take a week off. So I have a week off. No tennis for a whole week. So don't mind me if I get a little grumpy. It could happen. However, in just what's the date today? Oh, it's the 9th. I'll tell you about the 9th in a minute. 9 and 8 or 17. In 8 days, it's the faux wedding. And I have so much to do. So I'm trying this thing. I don't know if it's going to work, but I didn't have a cake topper for the wedding. And I didn't want something traditional. So, you know, the artist dolls, you know, the wooden dolls that their hands and arms and feet and legs and everything bends so you can pose them, you know, and they're usually, oh, I don't know, a foot tall, maybe a foot and a half, something like that. I found some that are only this big. Oops, I gotta show you, only about this big. I'm going to try dressing one as a groom and one as a bride and putting Mike and Katie's faces on them. Just cut out little pictures and glue on their faces. It might not work, but it would be so hilarious if it does work. I'll keep you posted. But as Indy would tell you, because he walked through the family room / music room yesterday, and he just looked around and shook his head because I have crap everywhere. Because it's make things, fix things time. And I'm kind of messy when I'm working. I have stuff everywhere. I'm not going to lie. It's just so cool, though. Yay. I'm excited. I'll keep you posted on that stuff. I'll show you pictures. So, today, Steven said hawks are very smart. He had his eyes on Frisco. Too late. And now he's checking out Bob. He can't get in. There's no way. Even the dogs can't get in. And they're very smart and very determined. I'm not worried about it. No hawks will be eating my chickens. That is not happening. They are not free-range chickens except in the giant pen. That's it. Okay, the 9th, July 9th. July 9th is very special to me because even though the chances of her actually listening to this are about 1,000,000 to 1 because she's not even on Facebook, my BFF from kindergarten, first grade, Marita, it's her birthday today. Yeah, it is. Happy birthday, darling, wherever you are. She's actually, I'm going to be seeing her, Stephen. She lives in Lincolnwood, which is right near where I'm going to be staying in Deerfield, Illinois. Yeah. So happy birthday to my BFF from kindergarten. Here's how I met her. We didn't go to school together. We weren't in the same class at that point, although later on we ended up in the same class magically. I mean, it was, you know, how they did the boundaries and stuff. We didn't go to school together, but we used to be friends anyway, which is so weird. And then in 6th grade, we were in the same class. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Yes, my Marita. She was always smarter than me, and I always liked her clothes better than I liked mine. And I always thought she was better than me, and she always thought I was, you know, like better than her. And we loved so much about each other and envied so much about each other that together we made one perfect little girl. Yeah. Okay, 1.5 perfect little girls. She was my BFF. About 8 years ago, something like that. I don't know, maybe it's not that, well, no, 50, about 5 years ago. The high school I would have gone to in Illinois was having their pre-50th reunion. They actually had everybody's turning 50 party. So they celebrated when everyone turned 50. And so it was basically like a 50th reunion. And I stayed in touch with so many people that they invited me to be at the 50th reunion. Except on my name card, instead of having my high school picture, it had my kindergarten picture because I'd left so long ago. Anyway, when it was time to leave, I took Marita with me. Yeah, we got in the car and we had no time limit. So we took a couple of weeks and drove to Las Vegas, where she and her husband have a house. But we took a couple of weeks to get from Chicago to Las Vegas. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. Every single time we saw a road that looked interesting or a sign or a place, we just went for it. We just did everything we felt like doing. And she had some ins into some raptor rescue places. That's when I told you that I had the great horned owl on my arm. That was because I was with Marita. She got me in there. It was awesome. It was awesome. What does that say? Oh, Indy says he thinks because the chickens are enclosed, the hawk was in the yard because of all the birds we get at the feeder. I would hate to think we were inviting them to their death. That would be so sad. Yes, it was like Thelma and Louise with me and Marita, except we went off no mountains, Papaya. Yep. 2 loose cannons in one car. No, Marita is not a loose cannon. I am the loose cannon. She's the serious, responsible one. So the more serious and responsible people I'm with, the goofier I get to be, which makes it even more fun for both of us. It is also National Sugar Cookie Day. I mean, come on, seriously, it's not my favorite, but who doesn't love a good sugar cookie? Plus, they're so easy to make. There's a company, is it Charlie's or something like that does sugar cookies in a great big tin. Oh my God, they're unbelievable. They're like this thick. They're like paper thin, and they just like melt in your mouth. But they're crunchy. They're not soft. They're crunchy. Oh, delicious. Charlie's? I can't remember what. That doesn't sound right. But they come in a big yellow and brown, I think it's a yellow and brown tin. I think they also make potato chips, but I'm not sure. It's also National No Bra Day. Oh, come on. Seriously, girls, can we talk? Since the pandemic started, did you not throw away your bras anyway? It's like, really, people? I mean, give me a good sports bra and get rid of those wires, and those things hurt, right? So it's No Bra Day. So if you haven't taken the opportunity, boys, this isn't up for you right now, but girls, if you haven't taken the opportunity to get rid of your bra yet, do it today. No bra, relax, be comfortable, be happy. Yes. So speaking of Marita, when we were in 6th grade, we had to do reports on famous astronomers. Not astronomers. Yesterday we talked about Vasco da Gama, and I'm pretty sure that's who I got to talk about, was Vasco da Gama, explorers. She got Brahe, B-R-A-H-E. Yeah, she was humiliated. Do you know what it's like to be in the 6th grade and have to say the word bra in front of your friends and the boys? She was devastated, totally devastated. 6th grade and she had to say bra. Yeah. And 6th graders are not what they used to be when I was in 6th grade. Brahi. Yeah. Okay, I'm not even sure what it means, but it's don't put all your eggs in one basket day. I just love the way that sounds. Like always have a plan B. That's the way I take it. Always have a plan B. Oh, and it's World Kabob Day. Now, if you're stuck for something to have for dinner, how fun is that? You could pretty much take whatever you have in the refrigerator, stick them on a stick, throw them on the barbecue, and call it Kabob Day. But speaking of Bob, somebody sent me, was it Steven? Was it you? I don't know who sent it to me now. I don't remember, but oh my God, it's awesome. It was like 43 fun things to do with your chickens. Yeah, or for your chickens, not with your chickens, for your chickens. One of them was to make vegetable kebabs and put them out in the pen and let the chicks go at it. Another one was to take vegetables and freeze them in ice cube trays, with water, and on hot days throw them out and let them like get cool and peck at the vegetables all at the same time. How clever is that? So I decided to try something. I had a half a package of mixed berries frozen, and I knew I'd never eat them because I bought them to make smoothies. And when you make smoothies with them, they have these little seeds in them. So I knew I'd never eat them. So I thought, I wonder if the chickens would like some frozen fruit. And Indy said, try it. Chickens will eat anything. So I spread them out all over the pen and in the coop. They ate every one. They really liked it. And it was nice and cold on a hot day. We're supposed to have 100 and teens today again. It's going to be really hot. Yeah, really hot. Happy birthday to Tom Hanks. Happy birthday to O.J. Simpson. I remember when he was like the biggest hero, and then I remember that day, seriously, so well, glued to the television, watching that white Bronco. I mean, he was in my turf, for crying out loud, that's history. And it's not very good history. And I don't even know where he is now, but he should be in jail. In 1955, this is much happier. Remember the other day we were talking about Bill Haley and the Comets and Rock Around the Clock? Yeah. So in 1955, Rock Around the Clock. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, rock. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Anyway, it hit number 1 on the Billboard chart. And that was the first time a rock and roll song had ever hit number 1 on the pop charts. How about that? Pretty cool, huh? Let's see. In 1877, that's a long time ago. That's why I'm bringing this up. It was the first ever tennis championship at Wimbledon. Well, that would be interesting to me. It was men only and singles only, 1877, first Wimbledon. I think I might have mentioned this before, but I have this friend, Toffee. Isn't that a wonderful name? Toffi, Toffee. Toffee, you're in England, but maybe you're watching. Who knows? You could be watching from anywhere. Anywhere, my girlfriend, Toffee, her parents had an apartment it was like this big building that was right in Wimbledon, and they had this huge picture window that overlooked center court. Seriously. I remember going to England, and for some reason my parents were also there, and we went to see Toffee and her parents and at their apartment in Wimbledon, and we got to watch tennis from center court. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I didn't even play tennis then, and I was like way impressed. Let's see, what else? Oh, in 2019, Ross Perot died. And I don't know if you remember, but in 1992, this goofy looking little guy with big ears, Ross Perot, was a very, very wealthy businessman of some kind. And he financed his own campaign to run for president. And he got like almost 20% of the popular vote, I think, like 15-20%, running his own campaign, not on Republican or Democratic. He was very outspoken, and there was something in some ways kind of charismatic about him. I don't know, Ross Perot. He was certainly the butt of a lot of jokes, I can tell you that. Okay, Deadheads. On this day in 1995 was the last Grateful Dead concert. It was at Soldiers Field in Chicago, the last one. And interestingly enough, within a month or so, Jerry Garcia died. I remember that day because Ben & Jerry's came out with their Cherry Garcia flavor of ice cream in memory of Jerry Garcia. And I remember hearing that on the radio and thinking, maybe Jerry would have liked that. I don't know. So are you a Deadhead? Did you follow the Dead? I did not. But I can't say I didn't like the music. Yeah. I think a whole new generation of Deadheads is like coming forth. What else? Okay, I thought this was weird. In 1960, the Thresher sunk. The Thresher was the first atomic powered submarine. How does a submarine sink? I mean, isn't that the whole purpose of a submarine? I'm sorry, the whole thing confuses me. It confused me when I heard about it then, and I'm still very confused at how a submarine can sink. Maybe it just meant it lost power and couldn't get back up. I don't know. But what a disaster. Oh, what an awful way to go. In a box underwater. No, I don't think so. Okay. This is also the anniversary of the death of King, I think it was King Camp Gillette. Do you know who he was? Yeah, Gillette razors. I love that so many things that we have even today are named about by people from a long time ago. Yeah, because they invented them or started them or founded them or whatever. So I used to be, and I still have a bunch, I used to collect razors and razor blades and things like that. I remember going to England and finding these Rolls razors made by Rolls Royce. They were really cool. And these sharpeners and strops. And I was very, very much into, what do you call it? Haircutting stuff and barber stuff. In fact, I had a barber chair in my old family room, big, wonderful, comfortable barber chair. And how weird is it that I ended up being with Indy, whose dad was a barber? Pretty bizarre. Yes. But I don't have my big collection anymore. But he loves that I know what I'm talking about when I say strop. The submarine lost, this is Stephen, Mr. Google. The submarine lost power and went below its crush depth. The pressure crushed the sub like a tin can and no one survived. Oh, see, I told you what an awful way to go. What an awful way to go. Okay, here, I want to leave you with this one because this one to me is hilarious. Yes. I guess it's hilarious unless you really think about what was possible. Anyway, in 1982, a guy named Michael Fagan broke into Buckingham Palace and ended up in the Queen's bedroom. Yeah. And the Queen was trying to push the panic button and it didn't work. And I started reading, nothing happened. He finally got put into a loony bin, although I don't think he was loony. I think he was trying to prove a point. He broke into Buckingham Palace more than once. And each time when he set off alarms, the guards shut them off thinking it was a mistake. Really? Really? You would take that chance? Anyway, I don't know more about it, but Michael Fagan broke into Buckingham Palace. I think there have been books and movies made about him. I don't know, but worth looking into. Today's word art. Today's word art. You know what? It's been so long today, and I have dogs to feed. You go find today's word art, okay? Go find today's word art and see what it means to you. Because to me, it says it just by what it is. It says sometimes good enough really is enough. You're enough. We could have like a whole hour just talking about perfectionism and perfectionists and what a painful, dangerous drag it is to be a perfectionist. Go read it. Write me your comments. Tell me what you think. And I'm going to go and try to get some health in this house. Okay? And you guys take care of you. Yeah, don't overdo it. All right? But remember, you too are unstoppable if you say you are. Have a sip and a smile. A sip. And of course, a smile, sillies. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I will. Bye-bye.